1986 football season saw Florida State University football once again whirling with excitement. Seminole players showcased their talents against one of the toughest schedules in the land. Tested both emotionally and physically, this team rose to the challenge to spend another year in the sun.
Fielded deep in the end zone by Ross. He wants to bring it out. He's to the 10. Throws the ball lateral. It's picked up on the other side of the field. This is Dexter Carter. Carter to the 30. Carter to the 40. He's going to go all the way. Dexter Carter down the far sideline. We're going to have a tie ball game.
Going into the season, we looked like a football team that had a very competitive schedule, that three of the best teams in the nation away, and you had a football team that had the potential of winning some of those games.
After a season-opening win against Toledo, Coach Bowden's Seminoles were immediately thrust into the heat of their schedule. Nebraska, head up, nose to nose in Lincoln, and Michigan, ranked 5th, before over 105,000 partisan Wolverine fans. FSU responded to those challenges in the only way a state team would, determined to bring another big road win back to Tallahassee. Out of the bag of tricks popped freshman Sammy Smith on a fake reverse. 57 yards later, the Seminoles had the Nebraska faithful sitting on their hands and trailing 14-10 at the half. The Noles lead would evaporate, but something was taken from the loss. This team had the character to win. The Michigan game marked quarterback Danny McManus's return to action from injury for the first time in over a year.
Our quarterback coach, Mark Rick, told me just go in there and act like it's past skeleton, thing that we do in practice. And he said, whatever happens, happens. The guys up front, when I got in the huddle, said, okay, let's just get one right here. And we moved down the field, and once Michigan moved up to take away the short game, we went over the top, and Herb made a great catch in the corner of the end zone. It's like what Vince Lombardi said, we never lost, we just ran out of time. But I think if we had a couple more minutes, we might have been able to pull that one out.
The 1986 Seminole character was born those days in Michigan and Nebraska. Its excitement was evident anytime FSU stepped onto the field, especially when the maroon and gold had the ball.
The offense went into the year with a lot of potential, but it was strictly unproven, like Sammy Smith at tailback. The quarterback, unproven. We ended up playing several freshman receivers that have, as you might have saw them play, can tell them, boy, they got some really outstanding potential. I was hoping we could cash in immediately on their ability.
A coach's hopes many times go unrewarded. Not so at Florida State. In wins over Tulane, Wichita State, and Louisville, the Seminole offense exploded for over 50 points. For the season, State once again finished ranked in the nation's top 10 in pass offense, total offense, and scoring offense, a tribute to the Bobby Bowden offensive scheme.
They never know what we're going to do. When they think we're going to run the ball, we probably will pass it. When they think we're going to pass, we're probably going to run. He's the kind of coach that you can't really predict what he's going to do. You can get all the computers and all the stuff you want like that, but you're really never sure what he's going to do.
As unpredictable as the offense is, one thing is certain in Seminole land. That's entertainment. Florida State fans are excitable, passionate, and involved. One of the biggest attractions at Doak Campbell Stadium walks the west sidelines. Its name, Robert Klecker Bowden.
I call it 344, and who would you hit, an X on a post or a Z on a post? Would it be a Zebra X post or a Cadillac Z post? I mean, are they starting on X on that corner where I could hit him on a post? Good job on your screen. You've got it open on both sides. We'll keep throwing that thing here, baby. That's just like sweep. If it ain't over on Texas, it's on the other side. You got it both ways. Good job. Hey, Wayne, we might all start running some. How did they stop our sweep, man? We got to do something about this press now. You got to get back deep, set, and fire, and you're not doing it. That ain't like you. Yeah, get back deep, set, and hold the ball fire. But when you get pressure, throw that ball away. And we had a takeoff on a while ago, and you ate the ball, see? 344, Zebra X corner. Safety plays way back, hits you square in. If he comes up tight, we go to the top.
During Coach Bowden's years at Florida State, many packed stadium crowds have roared approval at Seminole teams. 1986 was the 10th straight winning FSU season and 8th bowl trip. Whether on television or in person, it's little wonder why everybody wants to see Florida State in action.
Seminoles have used about 6 running backs in this game. Keith Ross, Victor Floyd.
Seminole fans following the Knowles season gathered around radios or journeyed to Miami for the annual Kane Classic.
Gets a first down carry on a toss sweep to the right side, the short side of the field.
Miami's Heisman Trophy quarterback Vinny Testaverde found the FSU defense tough going. Alert play by the FSU secondary, plus hard charging by the line and linebackers, kept the high-scoring Miami team wondering what's next. The Seminoles had the Hurricanes in the hole for the first half, the only team to do so at the half in the 1986 season. Second half action found the visiting Seminoles lose the lead and key players Sammy Smith and Danny McManus to injury. But once again, FSU coaches were pleased with the intensity and positive signal shown at the Orange Bowl. South Carolina fans dressed in black turned out in droves to see what a Seminole looked like. Playing to another tough road crowd, FSU fell behind 21-6 and awaited a spark to ignite a comeback. Junior defensive tackle Bart Schutt's sack seemed to do the trick. Cornerback Deion Sanders stoked the freshly lit comeback flame with a dazzling punt return. Sophomore quarterback Chip Ferguson played fire starter in place of the injured McManus. Number 5's 29-yard sizzler to tailback Victor Floyd capped State's first TD drive. FSU's hard work at specialty team play was emphasized as sophomore return specialist Keith Ross burnt Carolina with a long one. Ferguson broke out the Noles' multiple offense before anything could be detected. The Seminoles were engulfing huge chunks of yardage. Floyd's 7-yard touchdown finally sounded the Gamecocks' smoke alarm. What had started as a mere spark had grown into a full-blown Seminole blaze. Junior tight end Pat Carter's catch for a conversion signaled the game had reached a 21 alarmer. Florida State's hot hand, or in this case, feet, belonged to Floyd. His 115 yards on 24 carries helped the Seminoles to control the tempo of the game and take the lead. There was no relief in sight for the home folks as FSU's defense doused any embers of South Carolina hope. The defense joined in the total team effort given by Florida State for one of its biggest come-from-behind victories in recent history. Sophomore fullback Dane Williams collected his second touchdown as the Seminoles added Columbia, South Carolina to Coach Bowden's incredible 40, 24, and 2 road success record. There's something special about homecoming weekends. Getting to visit with the old buddies, picking up the newest in university survival equipment, or just enjoying some warm sun in a friendly atmosphere before the big game. Florida State's once-a-year reunion ranks among the nation's best outdoor gatherings. Because of its diverse student and alumni population, it's a people watcher heaven. Homecoming 86 saw 60,103 fans witness on Doak Campbell Stadium turf their Seminoles offense play that special notch higher. Quarterback Danny McManus returned to light the scoreboard early and often. Dane Williams' 9-yard run. Victor Floyd's 3-yard run. Keith Ross's 2-yard run. A Ferguson to Tom O'Malley 14-yard pass. Defensively, it was a near-perfect execution, highlighted by quarterback sacks and key interceptions.
We love to make big plays, you know. We made a lot of big plays. We had more interceptions, and, you know, I don't know how many more sacks we had, but we caused more big plays.
8-yard line, Anderson wants to throw. Looking for time, gets the pass away. It's picked off by Dodge. Dodge to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. He may go. Dodge waiting for a block at the 5. He goes in. Touchdown, Florida State. Dedrick Dodge, interception return. Darrell Tillman, Chris McGee, the wide receivers. Anderson wants to throw, gets the pass away. It's picked off. Eric Williams down the near sideline to the 30, 25-20. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Florida State.
The 49-13 win assured Florida State of its 11th homecoming victory in a row. But the thing that will be remembered most is the emergence of a running back with the number 33 on his chest.
38-yard line. Handoff goes to Sammy Smith. The big guy gets into daylight. He's to the 50. He's down the near sideline to the 45, to the 40. He's to the 30. A foot races on to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Sammy Smith.
He has the ability to be the best running back we've ever had at Florida State. He has that kind of ability. Now, it's going to come down to how bad he wants it and how much he's willing to work for it. Because so much of his talent is natural. Sometimes it's hard to get a young man who has natural talent to work as hard as a man who doesn't have natural talent. And Sammy has got so much natural talent, it's unbelievable.
6 foot 2 inches tall, 219 pounds of raw muscle waiting to run.
Well, I just want to play well. You know, I had a very good ending here this last season, and if I can just pick up next year and the next year and the next year and finish like I did this year, I think my goals will be fulfilled.
In the mud and rain against state rival Florida, Sammy Smith rushed for 116 yards on 24 tough carries for 1 touchdown. Tallahassee fans' hopes of victory rode on Sammy's broad shoulders, only to have them negated by a single play.
The play was a sweep that was designed to go to the right, but as I got the ball, I saw that I wasn't going to be able to get outside, and I cut it back across the grain and went left. And, you know, we had some great blocks, and they sprung me, and I scored. When I looked back and saw the flag, and, you know, all the guys that were running down to celebrate hadn't seen it yet, I was very hurt, and I'm sure that all the rest of the guys were too when they saw the flag, because we felt at that point we could win the game, you know. And I talked to even some of the Florida players, and, you know, they told me that at that point that they had given up.
A lot of guys would have been very, disheartened with ending the season on a loss to Florida. Now we got to go show America one more time what we're able to do, and it gives us a good foundation for next year.
The All-American Bowl was the perfect choice to begin groundbreaking for 1987.
You know, it helps recruiting, and it helps, you know, the team morale, and you like to go to a bowl and win and end at that note, you know, for the beginning of next season.
For a team that survived 7 tests in the 1986 season, a bowl berth is like a pat on the back and recognition for a season full of hard work and accomplishment. Florida State was just such a team. FSU outclassed its opponent Indiana and cruised past the Hoosiers 27-13. In winning the bowl, State extended its undefeated bowl streak to 5 games.
We had a good time as an offensive line. Mostly the offense, I think the offensive line played great. You know, I thought we controlled their defensive line pretty much through the whole game.
If the Florida game had been Sammy Smith's birth as a great runner, the bowl performance was his christening. Smith ran for a career-high 205 yards and received the game's Most Valuable Player award. With 3 years remaining at FSU, Smith seems destined to rewrite the Seminole record books and make numerous end zone visits. future celebrations will be made possible by a veteran offensive line anchored by All-America tackle Pat Tomberlin and line mates Joe Ionaga, Jason Kuipers, and Mark Salva. Based on the solid bowl outing, where the defense surrendered only 13 points, fortunes look bright. FSU's leading tackler the past 2 seasons, All-American linebacker Paul McGowan, returns to lead a hard-nosed group. Deion Sanders' sparkling sophomore season garnered him an All-American selection in the secondary and gives the Noles a guardian against the deep threat. Danny McManus returns at quarterback for his final year, along with every FSU snap taker of 1986. Split end Herb Gaynor will once again head a matured receiver corps that stacks up to any in the country. Place kicker Derek Schmidt's accurate toe is back, gunning for the 1 point needed to become FSU's all-time scoring leader.
We're going into next year with just about the same ball club we had in 1986. We lost 3 starters and then lost about 6 boys that played and a good punter. So we lose them, but it's a lot of other players with experience coming back. Now, if these boys will pay the price that has to be paid to win on Saturdays, with their experience and with another year of maturity, we've got a chance next year to challenge for a championship.
Coach Bowden and his coaching staff and the Florida State players seem poised on the edge of making 1987 a championship season. The ability and talent are present. Hard work and determination in reaching that summit are all that is needed for realization of that goal for a championship season.
1986 was a very exciting year, and I think a lot of the excitement came from people realizing the potential of the future of this Florida State football team. And I want to thank the Sunbanks of Florida for making this film possible.